In today's news roundup, we shall be discussing latest transfer news regarding Ivan Rakitic, dream return of Neymar Jr. to FC Barcelona, an interesting twist in Matthijs de Ligt's transfer, Antoine Griezmann's transfer saga to FC Barcelona, including news about Nelson Semedo, Ousmane Dembele, Denis Suarez, and a thankful letter from Jasper Cillessen to FC Barcelona. So guys, there are a lot of things to discuss today. Let's do this. First of all, we shall start with Matthijs de Ligt's transfer news. The centre-back has agreed terms the move to Juventus, but Ajax are demanding more money to sell him, which means that it could open the doors for FC Barcelona and other clubs which are aligned in to purchase this youngster. This Juventus have reportedly been told that they must pay 67 million euros to land Ajax captain Matthijs de Ligt this summer. Manchester United, Liverpool, Barcelona and PSG have also been credited with an interest in the Netherlands international. Barcelona and PSG were both thought to have led the race at the separate times, although it has recently been reported that Manchester United have came into the race, and it is being said that Manchester United is the only club to have made an official bid for Ajax. Matthijs de Ligt scored 7 times and contributed 4 assists in 55 appearances last season for his club. Let's move on to Antoine Griezmann, and guys, you shall be glad to listen that officially FC Barcelona and Atletico Madrid have opened the talks, have started the talks regarding Antoine Griezmann, and Antoine Griezmann is edging closer to move to Camp Nou. Antoine Griezmann had already announced in May that he is going to leave Atletico Madrid after 5 years with the club, and according to French newspaper L'Equipe, there was a meeting between FC Barcelona and Atletico representatives last week to try to strike a deal for the striker, and Griezmann's release clause is going to reduce from 200 million euros to 120 million euros on 1st of July. And guys, Barcelona is trying to lower the price of Antoine Griezmann, and Barcelona wants to include a player in the deal. Diego Simeone wants Nelson Semedo in the deal, but FC Barcelona is not willing to let the Portuguese defender to go Atletico Madrid. Nelson Semedo's release clause is set to be 100 million euros, and Barcelona wants at least 50 million euros. However, Atletico Madrid are said to be thinking around about 30 million euros for Nelson Semedo. French newspaper L'Equipe says that Griezmann shall join FC Barcelona on a 5-year deal, and Griezmann shall be earning 17 million euros a year at Camp Nou, which is lower than what he was earning earlier at Atletico Madrid. So let's wait for next 24 to 30 or 40 hours, and hopefully we shall see Antoine Griezmann's transfer to FC Barcelona. Moving on to Denis Suarez. Denis Suarez seemed to be on verge of joining Valencia less than 48 to 60 hours ago, but then drama came in. The Celta Vigo came into play and convinced Denis Suarez to come back to Celta Vigo. Negotiations between Denis Suarez and Valencia broke down, which caused Celta Vigo to re-emerge as possibility. While Valencia's coach Marcelino had personally requested the club to sign FC Barcelona's playmaker, however, the breaking of talks between Valencia and Denis Suarez means that Denis Suarez shall be coming back to his earlier club, where Denis Suarez left Celta Vigo 8 years ago to join Manchester City, and since then he had been kept on saying again and again and again for his comeback to his former club. Moving on to FC Barcelona's dream comeback to his earlier club, FC Barcelona. It is reported in Sport that Brazilian's mother and sister have been put in charge of logistics regarding his return to Barcelona, and they have headed to the city to try and find somewhere to live. Neymar would ideally like to live in the same place he did during his earlier season with the club. And talking about Neymar, PSG are reportedly willing to sell the Brazilian as long as they get back their 222 million euros which they paid for to purchase Neymar in 2017. French news agency Le Parisien report that Ligue 1 champions would be happy to offload the Brazilian this summer, but they want their money back, which they paid to FC Barcelona. Neymar had never been comfortable at PSG this season, although he scored great goals for PSG at this season, but his bad relations with the club and with the coach, you can say, led up to the club's honor by saying that the doors are open for Neymar to go, but the club wants his money back, their money back. Moving on to Ousmane Dembele, and it is reported in Mundo Deportivo, Barcelona had a word with Ousmane Dembele's agent, and they told the Frenchman's agent that the only way for Ousmane Dembele to go out of the club is his release clause, which is 400 million euros. These talks with the Ousmane Dembele's agent came as a result of latest rumors of Ousmane Dembele's move to the German clubs. Moving on to Ivan Rakitic's transfer, that Manchester United is very much near to sell Paul Pogba to Real Madrid, and in order to fill the spot in the midfield, according to Diario Sport, Manchester United had made a fresh contract to Barcelona last night, and it is being said that FC Barcelona shall sell Ivan Rakitic for 50 million euros to Manchester United. The FC Barcelona had earlier rejected a 35 million euros approach from Manchester United. Ivan Rakitic has the contract with the club until 2021. And last summer, PSG had agreed a 90 million euros price for Ivan Rakitic, but the player himself rejected this deal. Barcelona do not want to increase players' salary at the club, despite rejecting an approach from the French club last summer, while Rakitić reportedly claimed that he had been promised a salary raise. Rakitić has won his 4th league title in 5 years with the club, while he joined FC Barcelona from Sevilla in 2014 for a reported 18 million euros. The Croatian has also won 4 Copa del Rey titles and Champions League in that time, scoring 35 goals across 265 appearances. And now we shall move to Jasper Cillessen's latest letter to the club, in which Jasper Cillessen thanks club for the 3 amazing years. While writing to Valencia, Jasper Cillessen sent a message to FC Barcelona and the club supporters that he thanks the club and the sport and the respect which he earned at the club for 3 years which he spent with the club. Jasper Cillessen has left FC Barcelona for Valencia in a deal worth 35 million euros. So guys, this was today's news roundup. I'm having an eye on all the action taking place at the club. If you want to get the latest news about the club, stay tuned to the channel, and I shall be uploading a video relating to Antoine Griezmann's transfer hopefully on 2nd of July. So stay tuned to the channel for all the news. Until then, it's goodbye from me.